Good morning. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2009 fall graduation at East Georgia College. The college is proud of these graduates and what they have accomplished. We're also proud of you, parents, spouses, friends who have supported these graduates on their educational journey that's brought them here this morning. In keeping with an East Georgia College tradition, Mr. Gilbert Westbury, Director of Music, will lead us in the singing of God Bless America. Please pay particular attention to the first verse as Mr. Westbury sings it. It is our invocation. We will join Mr. Westbury in singing the refrain. The words are in your program toward the back.
The storm clouds gather far across the sea. Let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her tonight with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Please be seated. Each fall commencement, the speaker is selected from the East Georgia College faculty and staff by the graduating class. The instructions provided to the graduates are simple. Vote for someone who motivated, inspired, and supported you during your time at East Georgia College. To be chosen is a singular honor. It's my pleasure to present to you this year's speaker, Mrs. Courtney L. Joyner, Assistant Professor of History. Ms. Joyner was born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, graduated from high school in Jonesboro, Georgia, earned her Bachelor of Arts in History, magna cum laude, from Georgia Southern University. She also earned her Master's in Arts in History from Georgia Southern. Ms. Joyner's complete resume is in today's program. Rather than me reading it to you, I want to tell you a few things that are not in the program. Things that will, I believe, provide you some insight into why the graduates chose Ms. Joyner. Ms. Joyner says of herself, "I am a history geek who finds the human aspect of history more interesting than dates and numbers. I want to know what the people ate, how they were entertained, what was dating and marriage like, how people related to each other." Students say about Ms. Joyner, "I like the way she elaborates on topics. She makes them real. She is organized and prepared, always to the point. She is very good at keeping the class's attention. She answers all questions, asks, and helps in any way possible." On a personal note, Ms. Joyner says, "I am annoyingly happy in the morning, quite obnoxiously so. I do my best work between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. I like old movies from Hollywood's heyday. I like a good pun. I love what-if questions. I laugh at myself more than anyone else." Ms. Joyner and her husband Michael live in Statesboro with their children Wilson 10 and Samantha 8. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Courtney Joyner.
Gosh. Well, okay. Good morning, Dr. Black, Dr. Goodman, my fellow faculty and staff, friends and family of the graduates, and last but most importantly, our new graduates from East Georgia College. When I found out a few weeks ago that y'all had done this to me, I have felt a wave of emotions. I have been very intimidated, very overwhelmed, very nervous, but most of all, very honored, and I appreciate it. I have taught for 17 years, high school and college, and so I figure I've done something over 20 different commencement ceremonies. I've listened to a lot of commencement speeches. I have never thought so much about a commencement address as I have in the past few weeks. But they are weird animals, commencement addresses. In fact, all morning people have said, "Wow, what an honor, keep it short." What a great opportunity for you to say something profound, but they'll never remember what you say. And then to do a commencement address for you guys at East Georgia is also a little awkward. It's a little strange. When you do, when you've listened to more than 20 different commencement addresses, I will tell you at least 10 times, I have heard, "This is not an ending. It's a beginning. To commence is to begin." Well, okay, when you're graduating from high school, you're getting off one road and getting on another. When you get your bachelor's, your master's, your PhD, your MD, your JD, your blah, 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 you also are more likely to be getting off one road and onto another. We don't want you to get off this road, though. Right, we're okay for you to change lanes, but we want you to keep heading in the same direction that you're headed today. Okay, it's okay that you've pulled over today, right? You stop, you go to the restroom, make your texting that you're not supposed to do when you're driving. Get your pack of gum, whatever you got to do, and then get back on that road. Okay, so we've pulled over today, and it's great and right and appropriate and good that we have done that, to take a minute to acknowledge what you have done so far. You have a college degree. Have you really thought about that? You have a college degree. Have you said it to yourself? I have a college degree. You have a college degree now. You've done something that very few people do in the world. It's an amazing and wonderful thing. When you have a college degree, it is never taken away from you, right? No matter what happens from this point forward, you have that. And in case I'm not beating this dead horse enough, I thought, well, let me see how else I can get across to them. And I know some of you are math people. And I know that there are math people behind me, and there are probably lovers of math elsewhere in this room. I am not one of you. I can't believe I have to deal with math as much as I do in my life. But I thought maybe some numbers would help to get the point across. And so I did a little research. This is how we do research now. I did a little research. In the year 2007, 18.2 million people went to college. They were enrolled in college. 18.2 million people. I thought, there's no way that can be right. That's too many. Right? But then I thought about it. It's easy to go to college. Right? You fill out some forms, you send it in. It's easy to go to college, but to finish, to get a degree, is the tricky part. And so I did a little more research to find out how many people get a degree. 28% get a degree. 28%. So 1 out of 4, if that's good math. 1 out of 4. You're that 1 out of 4. Landon, you're 1 out of 4. That's it. Wes, 1 out of 4. Christopher, 3 other people stopped when you didn't. I mean, that's amazing, and you should be very proud of that. I'm not a math person, I'm a history person. I know, a history geek. There are people who are geekier about it than I am, though, just for the record. Not up here. Elsewhere in the world, there are geekier historians. And people will say, often math people, why do we need to study history? And then usually there's someone who says, well, if you don't study history, you're doomed to repeat it. I've never been a big fan of that idea. Right? It just sounds mean. Right? It's like, take a history class or you're doomed. So I've never been comfortable with that. I like more the idea that you study history to know who you are. It explains things today. You have those, oh, I get it kind of moments. For example, let's say you watch the news, which I highly recommend. Y'all know I'm a news junkie. I highly recommend it. It's the best reality TV there is. Something interesting is always happening. So you start watching the news, and you might be puzzled, what is this going on in the Middle East? When you study world history, you then learn why it's important to Jewish people to have Israel as a refuge. You understand why Palestinians aren't happy with that. You might not take a stand in that, but you understand it better. It makes more sense to you. On a national level, when you study U.S. history, you learn all kinds of fabulous, wonderful things about our country, the best country in the world, but you also learn about oppression against black people, oppression against immigrants, oppression against women. And then you can feel all the more proud that some of you are here and some of us are up here, that you're getting a college degree, that we've come to this point. And you might have a better understanding of why everybody was so worked up about the last election. And I know young people were certainly more worked up about the last election than others. But when you see, when you know the whole story and see how far we've come, that during the campaign we had a viable black candidate for the first time and 2 viable women candidates. And of course you like one more than the other, right, because they didn't agree politically. But it makes you understand better who we are as a country and who y'all are now as college graduates. And it also makes other things make sense too, right? You understand why Oprah was crying all over that strange man there in Chicago and so forth. It just makes more sense when you know more about it. And I know some of the older folks in the audience are saying, well, do you really have to point this out to people? You know, I mean, it's right there. Do you really have to point it out? And we do. We do have to keep pointing these things out. I don't know if y'all realize this. We are currently teaching students who were born in 1991. 1991. They were 10 years old on September 11th. And before we blink, I'm going to be trying to explain the power of September 11th to people who have no memory of it whatsoever. And I'm going to be trying to explain to them how it has contributed to who we are as a country. And then on a personal level, your history has made you who you are. Good, bad, or the ugly. It has made you who you are. Okay, graduates. Raise your hand if at least one of your parents has a college degree. If at least one parent has a college degree. I have to repeat things. It's an occupational hazard. Okay. A little less than half. I'm sure I should know the exact number, but it's math and it stalks me. So a little less than half. You might be sitting there today getting your college degree because your parents had a college degree. You might be sitting there today getting your college degree because your parents didn't get a college degree. One way or the other, y'all have been affected by your history, your family history, and so forth. And you've done something that puts you in an elite group of people to get that degree. But I would caution you, you really don't ever need to think that you're smarter than people who don't have a college degree. Neither one of my parents has a college degree, and I will never be smarter than they are. And they tell me that often. I may know more about female abolitionists in the 1840s and 1850s. That gets you far in life. But my parents taught me the valuable things in life. Right? They taught me to be responsible for myself and my life, to be honest, to put in a good hard day's work, to respect that in other people, and to stick with my values. And today, I guess one of the more important things is to find a job you love. I love my job. And I'm not just saying that because Dr. Black sit right there. I love my job. All right? Y'all, those of you who've had me first thing in the morning know I can be obnoxious about that. I am accustomed to being the most excited person in the room. I accept that not everyone wants to talk about New Deal economic programs at 8 o'clock on a Monday morning. I get that. I understand. And sometimes I don't really want to talk about that. It's the art of teaching, the act of teaching that I love. And I believe in it. And the day I stop believing it is the day I'll walk away from it. So, 20-something commencement addresses over the years. They all seem to end with a piece of advice, and so I'll follow that pattern. It's nothing profound. Don't get excited. But I would say stick with your values. Put in a good, honest day's work at a job you love and believe in. It doesn't have to be glamorous. Just do it honestly, do it well. Take responsibility for yourself and your life. Take care of your family. And you're going to be okay. It's a bit of a cliche, but it's because it works. It's what will work for you. I don't really know how to get across to you how appreciative I am of this honor, especially now that it's almost done. So I'm very appreciative of it. I thank you very much for listening. I haven't seen anyone text. That's wonderful. Thank you. I don't often feel comfortable speaking for other people, but I will speak on behalf of the faculty and staff at East Georgia College. We congratulate you. We're proud of you. And we wish you the very best in your future. Thank you.
Will the candidates for the degrees Associate in Arts please rise? President Black, these candidates have completed all the coursework required for their respective degrees and have been approved by the faculty. It is my distinct pleasure to present them to you for the conferring of their degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the University System of Georgia, I confer upon you the Associate in Arts with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereunto. Please come forward and receive your degree.
Landon Hunter Aldrich. Jessica Morris Ball. Sharonda Michelle Boatride. Kenderick McQuest Bonner. Michael Kevin Brantley, Sr. Brandon Ramon Brown. Christopher J. Clark, summa cum laude. John Lewis Clark II. Sarah Loive Collier. Charles Wesley Edenfield. Chelsea Elena Evans, cum laude. Macy Leanne Fagler. Elizabeth Rachel Gibson. Tadasha J. Green. Jacqueline Candace Grooms. Christopher Scott Gunter, Jr. Courtney Leanna Hall, magna cum laude. Cara Shay Harper. William Henry. Julie F. Johnson. James David Kirkland III. Daniel Truitt Leverett. Melanie Susanna Malphus. James Kevin Marsh. Mandy Janae Martin, cum laude. Bonnie Elizabeth McNeely, magna cum laude. Rachel Renee McNeely, summa cum laude. Crystal Denise Meeks. Christopher Henry Moore, Jr. Denise Diane Mosley, cum laude. Ginger Louise Nelms. Harrison Ifase Umaraye. Kevin Ricky Peebles. Victoria Marie Peebles. Tracy Marie Presley. Chakina Joy Rowe. Amanda Marie Sanders. Sienna Jonice Sanders, cum laude. Kani'i Horakuri Scott, cum laude. Amy Lee Sykes. Michael Christopher Starling. Angela Lynn Stokes. Lindsay Renee Stroud. Ashley Nicole Thornton. Lacey Michelle Webb. Leah Marielle Williams, summa cum laude. Ted Levon Williams, Jr. Brandy Joe Woods.
Will the graduates please rise and face the audience? It is a tradition after receiving a college degree that the cap tassel be shifted from the right side to the left side to signify completion of that degree. Please shift your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, honored guests, I present to you the fall 2009 graduating class of East Georgia College. Please give them a hearty round of applause. Graduates, you are now facing your family and friends who helped and supported you as you earned your degree. It's appropriate for you to recognize them for their support. Now face forward. Before you on the stage, the faculty and staff that led you on this educational journey that's brought you to this point today. Please give them a hand for their support. All rise. Please join the graduates as Mr. Westbury leads us in the singing of the East Georgia College alma mater. Incidentally, alma mater means fostering mother. Foster is to nurture, to promote growth and development. It is our hope that the graduates will remember East Georgia College as a promoter and a developer of their growth. Please remain standing for the recessional. After the recessional, there will be a reception just outside the auditorium in the rotunda. Please join the graduates at that time. Mr. Westbury.